Welcome to the LFG Pats Pod with your hosts, Joe and Mike. Let's go!
So, boys.
All right. Welcome into the LFG Pats Pod. This is episode 2 of season 2, Mike. So we're 54 weeks in. It's pretty wild. We got a fun one tonight. We got Ant Gaines hailing from North Carolina, right? Not South Carolina.
North Carolina.
That's right. I feel like I always want to mix that up. But Anthony, thank you for joining. We got a great episode. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm so glad to be here, especially in my newly minted LFG Pats Pod t-shirt.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
We appreciate you rocking the swag, man. We love it.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Love every second. So we got a great show tonight, guys. We got to talk about some of the latest drama. You know, there's a certain coach and a certain reporter and all kinds of stuff we got to talk about. Mike, I hear Mike making old man noises.
Seriously, I'm like, what the fuck?
He's
All
grunting.
right.
But then we got some other cool things in the news. Some talks of from Mike Reese, some other reporters, kind of thinking about what are we going to do in the draft. So a lot of cool stuff to talk about there. And then we're going to get into a dueling mock draft. So the way I wanted to do this was I wanted to have us all run a draft and pick from the first round, second round, and just kind of go person by person and do each draft at the same time. But PFF, apparently their development team is behind where my brain is. And but it's fine. It's okay because we're going to do an individual draft. Each person will control each draft. And then at the end, we'll kind of compare and see how it looks. So it's going to be a fun one. First, though, we got to talk about the sponsors. So Rogue Island Kitchen and Bar, guys, if you haven't been there, Providence, Rhode Island, it's absolutely amazing. Ryan Bissett runs it. We're having an event. It's 2 weeks from today. So 2 weeks from today, we're going to be in Providence. There's going to be at least
2 weeks. It's
2 weeks
coming up quick, Joseph.
There's going to be at least a dozen, maybe 15 Pat's social media people there. There's going to be content creators. There's going to be just,
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. People just keep signing on. I actually got a haircut last week. I was at Del Vecchio's in East Greenwich, and who's right next to me? Thomas Clayton. So he's an ex-Patriot running back with his son getting a nice fade. And I invited him. I said, "Hey, man, come." I said, "We'll give you free beer, free food, free everything. We'll get you a t-shirt."
That'll be awesome.
So yeah, Thomas Clayton might be coming. So anyways, it's going to be a blast. Free food. Fanatics is sponsoring it. They're sending us all swag. All the co-hosts will be wearing Fanatics gear, head to toe. Like we got hats. I got these Mitchell and Ness shorts, and you're gonna like. I'm telling you, I've been looking at these on Fanatics for a long time. They were like $300 shorts, and I'm like, I can't buy $300 basketball shorts. But because they're paying for them, I said, "Yeah, give me those." shorts.
Of course you can wear them now, right?
Yeah, I got that. I got a Vrabel
order
jersey
to get in. We need the order to come through.
I know. I'm scared. I'm a little nervous. I haven't gotten it yet. But so that's going to be great. Rogue Island Kitchen and Bar, guys, check it out. And then Horizon HVAC. So Horizon HVAC has been to my house twice in the past 6 months. The first time was a preventative maintenance, and that was just to make sure the AC unit was running all right. And then recently I had a gas leak, and they came and the next morning they were there fixing one of the valves, and so they were out very fast, relatively affordable. I mean, for having someone come out in the nick of time like that, these guys were great. So Mike Cesaroni, Horizon HVAC, give these guys a call. All right, so Anthony Gaines. The last time we saw something like this, I think it was a Coldplay concert, and there was a CEO of a certain company, and
Jesus, here we go.
Yeah.
So where are we at right now? What are we thinking about this? We all saw the pictures. What are we thinking, Ant?
Well, I mean, obviously it's not a good look. You know, you got two married people that shouldn't be on the top floor of a hotel holding hands and doing things that it appears that they are doing. It's just not a good look. As an organization that prides itself on trying to keep stuff off the field, away from the organization, obviously it's going to lead to a lot of questions, and especially on the heels of us having a successful season and the future being bright. It's just a distraction that we don't need. It's one of those things where if it was any setting outside of professional sports or any setting outside of anything that I mean, it's just not a good look, man. You got a guy who is leading an organization. You got a woman who's on TV and is obviously married. I just it's one of those things where it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, probably is a duck. I just hope that it's one of those things where it gets addressed and we can move forward and get on to NFL draft and all. And I saw something that Adam Schefter said. He said he knows both people personally, and the first thing that he feels for is just the families, right? The families that are involved, and just hopefully it's something that is much ado about nothing. But I think we all know it's where there's smoke, there's fire.
I agree. Mike was actually, when I talked to Mike about this, he seemed pretty giddy, like a schoolgirl. I think he was like calling his girlfriends and saying, "Oh my God, did you?" No, I'm joking. Mike, what do you think about this? Tell me what you think about it.
I was like, what the hell? The bottom line for me, regardless of it, first of all, it's gossip, and everybody can gossip as much as they want, and everybody loves to do that. My only issue is, how does this affect his ability to continue to coach this team at the highest level? And for me, and Joe, I think we talked earlier, and I said, I don't really give a shit if he didn't break any NFL rules, which right now there's no NFL rule that says this guy can't chum around with the reporter off site, off campus on their off season and whatnot. So whatever the context is, people can talk about it all they want. That's fine. People love that type of juicy shit. But for me, if it doesn't affect his job, then it doesn't affect me. In essence, that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
So is it going to affect his job? Does anybody think that it's going to? Because I don't.
No. In fact, it might make his decision maker a little bit better. I don't know.
That's actually that was great, dude.
The old post nut clarity. All right, so but yeah, no, so I think I agree with both you guys, right? There's probably something there, but then again, who cares, right? It's kind of like that's where I'm at too. It's like, and the memes are hysterical.
Can't coach or something,
right.
I'd be mad about that. If it was like I said, the Ime Udoka issue in Boston, when Ime was the and he was banging one of the VP's wife, that's a different situation. That's like as in-house gets. This is not in-house. She's an NFL reporter. They can do whatever they need to do. They have to explain that to all of their significant others. But other than that, they didn't break an NFL rule. So therefore, IDGAF.
I think there's two sides of it, right? Like there's the side, and we talked about it. I'm not sure if it was the last podcast that we recorded or the one before that. Like we all have a big love affair for Mike Vrabel, right? Like we all think he is, the best thing that's happened in this franchise for a while. So from the man standpoint, right, it's kind of disappointing, like I think we want our sports figures to operate in the best moral, space, but we also understand that reality is probably not going to be the case. But I do agree with you guys, though. I mean, if it's not affecting the other side of it is the football fan. It's not going to affect his ability to lead this team and coach. So, from that standpoint, it's like, well, it's really not that big of a deal.
Well, you said, it was an unneeded distraction, and that's what it remains. That's what it remains. No matter how you slice it, it's an unwanted and unneeded distraction. And we don't need shit like that right now. So, yes, on the whole, I dismiss it, but it doesn't mean I'm not disappointed by it. I am disappointed for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think we're past it now. I think when it comes down to it, it's a nothing burger. And I agree. I think it's the Colts. I think it could be the Bills. Who knows? Could be a lot of Photoshop. Could be AI. But no. So
let's blame it on AI. I
think it's AI. The way their hands were intertwined kind of looked fake. But no. So
go with that, Joe. Run with it, please. Run with that.
Make a clip out of it. We'll be good. But so Mike Reese came out and said he has insider information that the Patriots are willing to move up. What do you think, Ant? What are you thinking?
I love the idea because I feel like we're at a point in our franchise where we have to be aggressive. I think the last couple off seasons, we've kind of taken those steps forward, and obviously it's paid dividends with us making it to the Super Bowl. So, let's go ahead and move up. Let's go ahead and get the best player, because one of the things that's been true about our team, we were a roster that was void of like talented players. Gone are the days where you can get 3 guys to fill the need of one position, right? Like, you need dudes. So if we can trade up and if we can get a guy that we can see as a plug and play player, man, I'm all for it. Let's go. Now, in saying that, I didn't see the report. Did he mention who we were planning on trading up for? I'm not sure if
it was very vague. It was very vague.
Okay.
It was like basically like they're not afraid to move up if like their guys there or something. So what does that mean? Is it a tackle? Is it a receiver? Is it a tight end?
Yeah.
Is it there's a lot of guys that could fill that mold.
Yeah.
I feel if that's the case, I think they're going to move up for Blake Miller. I told you that earlier today. I thought if they're going to move up, they were going to move up for a right tackle, but I don't want to spill too many beans because we still have a whole mock draft to get through.
I'm fishing here. You guys don't realize it's a psyop.
I know. You're really baiting us here, man.
Joe's over there taking notes. Like, come on.
Yeah, he's trying to get the lay of the land before it even starts. But yes, I would trade up for that kid, and I would trade up for some of the other guys that you like, Joe, too. It would just depend on the right kind of deal.
Yeah, it depends how it falls too, right? It's like, if they're sitting there and one of these receivers or one of these tight ends falls.
If Malachi Lemon or the other kid,
Lemon.
If he's there, yeah.
Yeah, Malachi Lemon or what's the other kid that's hurt? He's Jordan
Tyson, Malachi Lemon, Carnell Tate's
You would love a trade up for those guys.
Yeah.
You would love that, and I say stand pat. But again, we haven't done the mock draft yet, so I will digress.
All right, so I don't know. Is there anything else, Mike, you want to bring up? Anything else that you've heard about? I know we've been connected to a fair amount of players. We've had a lot of pre-draft visits, some sneakier ones, some ones that are more obvious in the top 30. We know about Ianacor. We know about Gabe Akis. Great Gabe Akis. I always get his name wrong.
Yeah.
So some players that we're connected to that I think fit the bill in the first and second round, but yeah, I mean it's just like every other year, right? There's plenty of guys that will visit, and then we'll end up picking someone that didn't visit, right?
Yeah.
So who knows?
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because like we've been saying, with there's smoke, there's fire. So if guys are coming in on a 30 visit under the Belichick regime, that normally didn't mean shit.
Right.
He would take like a fraction of those guys under this regime. If they show that much interest in a guy, you can probably bet that they're going to want to bring that guy in. A guy like Chenahor comes to mind. Mike Tyson. I almost said Mike Tyson. Mike Vrabel worked him out personally, and he had him into the building. He's had some other guys into the building. Today they had this kid, a linebacker from Missouri, and I don't remember his name. He played with Zion Young. I can't remember his name off the bat, but they've had like
the linebacker, right? The Mizzou linebacker.
Yeah.
They've
had several interactions with him.
Josiah Trotter.
Trotter. It was another one. It was a different one too. It was Jacobs. Is Jacobs his last name?
Jacobs. That sounds about right. Yeah,
but they're high on Trotter too. That Mizzou defense, that and the Texas Tech defense, both of them have a ton of players.
Yeah, Trotter's a beast, and Texas Tech has a lot of. Texas Tech has both of those ends and that linebacker. Like, what are you gonna do against that?
Galday's disgusting. Yeah, I love Galday.
It's friggin' serious, but yeah, they've had this interest in the other Mizzou linebacker, and he's ranked like 300, and I'm like, all right, well,
but that might be one of those beauties in the eye of the beholder type of things, right? And that's where we'd have to trust Mike Vrabel and the scouting department to be able to see what's going to be a best fit for us, and that's where I think, his eye for talent and his eye for developing those defensive players, man, I'm going to trust his judgment over most people.
He has a very specific type of player that he looks for. So its last draft proved that the type of guys that he likes. This next draft's going to prove it even more. and he's really going to put his money where his mouth is because he let so many people go. He let every single unrestricted free agent go. So there's still many, many holes to fill, and he hopes to fill those through the draft. So I think this draft may or may not be even more important than last draft because he's already got the foundation. Now he wants to build on it, and he specifically got rid of guys in order to replenish them through the draft. So this draft right here tells us what he thinks about each position and the type of player that he looks for. Because obviously he doesn't like a guy like Marte Mapu, or Anthony Jennings. And I thought Anthony Jennings had a great year, stuff like that. Chason, you let the guy go. You let Jack Gibbons go. You let Karis Tonga go. That's depth, man. You need to fill that.
And all of those guys contributed greatly to our season, right? So if you're letting them go, you have to have a solid plan for how you're going to fill those holes.
So he's gambling on himself basically to make sure he can fill those holes in the draft. So that's why I say it's even more important than last year, because he has to put his money where his mouth is. We had serviceable players at those positions that he willingly let go. So what is he going to do to fill those holes? That's going to be the biggest question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's an interesting point with the linebacking position, because in the past you'd have, Belichick loved his big, run stopper, kind of thumper linebackers. Same thing with safety position. And now you're seeing more of a hybrid, more of a, stretch the field, play sideline to sideline, cover. And so that there's a lot of those guys in this draft. Like we've talked about them before. The Red Murdochs,
they're lighter, they're sleeker,
Perkins.
they're faster. They're getting faster. It's like you're looking at like a 6'1", 6'2", 227-pound guy. That's like the new linebacker in today's league.
Yeah, and if you've noticed that transition in the linebacking play coincides with the athleticism and the size of the tight ends and some of these slot receivers that they have to cover. So you need somebody that can go sideline to sideline, cover these guys in space, as opposed to just being an in the box, linebacker. Like I love Dante Hightower, but Dante Hightower is not going to be able to compete in today's NFL. Maybe on 3rd and 2 you can throw him in there, but he's not going to be able to cover a tight end.
Isn't that crazy? Just a few years after, and the game has completely changed.
Yeah,
that type of linebacker is archaic in today's NFL. It's crazy. So
I mean, if you think about it, what linebacker of that mold is still productive right now in the NFL?
I mean,
I would say Levante David, but he just retired. Yeah, Bobby Wagner, Fred Warner, guys like that. But Fred Warner can also cover. But no, there's a definite drop off from those guys. Like as soon
you're talking
as
about Hall of Famers, right? Like Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner. Like these guys are Hall of Famers.
That's the top of the top right there.
Exactly. And it's like those are the type of guys that are getting phased out of the league. So it's more like the Spillane build, the 6'2", 230-pound sideline to sideline linebacker that you need to either drop into coverage, stack up on the line, or pass rush when you need to. Oh, Joe's got the screen fired up. Joe's ready to go.
Here we go.
All right, Mike, you are officially, well, you're not on the clock yet. We are pre-draft. You are welcome to do any trades right now. This is your draft. We will not comment until after your draft.
All right, so we're all gonna do one whole entire draft.
Yes, this is Mike. This is Mike's draft. Yes, you run it. You tell me what to do. What do you want to do?
Oh, sweet. Okay, I can do that. The first thing I want you to do, see that the trade. I want you to trade that 134th pick from the Raiders, the Vegas Raiders.
Okay, yeah,
and then trade it for 198, 202. And 212.
That's 75% chance. You might be able to get no, it's too much.
No.
Okay. No, all right, you go with this. You want to do this?
Yeah, do it.
All right. You moved up. That was a nice one. Yeah. You package up these picks and got a 134. Okay. You want to start?
We want to start it up. Yep.
All right.
Let's do it. I'm friggin' ready.
Wow. You have Omar Cooper available to you. You have Cassius Howell. You have, wow, it's pretty interesting.
What do you have this set on? All these guys are first round picks.
Well, we're in the first round, so that's good.
Can I see the picks that have already been made?
Yep.
Yeah,
so you got
for
Caden
real.
McDonald, you got Caden Proctor, Denzel Boston, Max Iannaker, Caleb Banks,
They
TJ
took my
Parker,
guy. That was my
Blake
guy.
Miller. I mean, this is pretty historic to see this group fall.
Damn it. I just got screwed. All right, scroll down a little. Let me see some of the other guys.
You don't have to pick this. You could trade down. That's an option.
Scroll down a little more.
A little more?
Yeah. All right,
Wow.
I got Thomas.
You got some dudes up there, man.
All right, so I'm gonna have to take Caleb Lomu in this one.
Okay.
Right here.
All right, you're taking him right now?
I'm taking him. I have to.
All right. I like it. So you're taking the top tackle available.
That board screwed me all up. Joshua Joseph for sure in the second round.
Nice.
Lock it in.
All right.
I like that guy.
You're going tackle edge. Tackle edge is very, very popular for sure.
I'm going Genesis Smith at safety.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need a safety. He's a free safety.
He is. And I'm pretty sure he had a top 30 visit with us as well.
Yeah. And he's the understudy to Kevin Byard, so he'll be straight. All right. So now, shit. All right. Scroll
now,
down
keep in mind,
bit.
you have the 131 that you traded into as well.
Yeah. Scroll down a little.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Betcher, Bryce Betcher, 100%.
Okay.
Boom.
Linebacker. I like it.
Like it.
Absolutely. That kid's
no, your 134 was the one you picked for. So you have 131 and 134. So if you like two guys in here, you might be able to get them both.
Okay, I'm gonna take Jacoby.
Betcher has that build that you like too, that 6'1", 230 sideline to sideline guy.
Yeah, I have hopes for him. I'm taking did I draft a receiver? I haven't drafted a receiver yet, have I?
Your picks so far are a tackle, an edge, a safety, and a linebacker. So
all right, I'm taking Jacoby Lane.
Oh, I like it. That's my boy.
That's the 4th round. You got to take a flyer on that kid.
And now you got another pick. You just came back to 134. You still got some good guys here.
All right, I'm taking Marlon Klein, the kid from Michigan.
Good size. Good.
Yeah, he's got good size.
6'6", 250.
He needs work on blocking, but he's a willing blocker. I like him.
Okay. All right. Taking him.
I'm pretty happy with this so far. This is working out pretty good.
All right. We're down to round 5, pick 171.
All right. Now I want to focus on either another linebacker, a guard, or a DT. Is there any DTs in this area right here? It doesn't look like it.
It's not really in this range. It doesn't look
right.
Doesn't look.
I'm gonna double up at linebacker. I'm gonna take Aiden Fisher. I'm gonna take Aiden Fisher.
Aiden Fisher, solid player.
We need depth. We just lost 3 linebackers. We need depth at that position.
I'm with you.
And you need guys with experience too that can come in and play and contribute right away. So that's a good pick.
All right, Quintavious Hutchins, pull it.
Oh, edge, BC edge. I like him. I do like him.
That's great value right there. I will take that 100%.
All right, pick 247.
I'm doubling up and I'm taking Max Bredesen from Michigan.
You're taking another tight end. Oh wow! Look at that run block grade.
He's the inline guy, and the Marlon Klein guy is the move guy. I'm doubling down. We're taking them both.
Dual tight ends. I like it. All right, that ends your draft, Mike. Let's just review it real quick.
Right.
All right, let's zoom out a little bit. So we got the whole
draft.
My
tackle, got a B, A-. That Quintavious Hutchins pick, man, you got you a little A- there. I like that.
Look at that.
They
didn't like the Marlon Klein. I was panicking around that because I knew I needed a tight end, but I still like the haul. It's a good haul.
It really is. I mean, you draft 9 players, right? Because we know we're not drafting 11, so you draft 9. You didn't get any picks next year, but you capitalize on moving up to get 134 to give you Marlon Klein. You got 2 linebackers, which we desperately needed. You went 1 receiver, but you went really. I think he could go higher, but I think that's a steal at round 4.
Yeah.
And then you got one of the best tackles in the draft. We've talked about this, Mike. If you don't get tackle early, you're gonna have to wait until the 3rd or the 4th round because these guys in the 2nd and the 3rd, I don't know, they're very questionable. But Caleb Lomu is a stud.
There's 5 guys, and then after that, there's a bunch of also rans that are like ranked like way, way, way worse than the top 5 guys. Lomu happened to be your top 5 guy. I wanted to take Ianachor, but he got drafted earlier than I would have thought. And I love Joshua Josephs, man. He's right away, he's a 3rd down player, and they need to teach him how to set an edge, but he can play. Genesis Smith, I think he's a versatile player. We need a back study for the free safety. Bryce Betcher, his athleticism is not fantastic, but he's a friggin' blue collar, just that kind of worker in the middle. I love that.
Yeah.
We talked about Jacoby Lane. Marlon Klein is a move guy. Aiden Fisher is another middle linebacker, but we need those guys because we don't have them. And then I just went for value.
Is Spillane going to be healthy all season, right?
Who knows? It's him and Ellis. Those are the only 2 guys. They signed KJ Britt. He's not going to play. So it makes absolutely no sense. So they need at least 2 guys there. So I'm pretty happy with the haul. I'm pretty happy.
I like it. I like the approach.
I'll take it.
All right, on to Mr. Gaines. We're going to enter the draft. So now we're pre-draft. You can make trades. You could do whatever you want.
Can you zoom in a little bit for me?
Oh yeah, sorry, I zoomed out.
All right, let's see if I can let's package a couple of these. Let's package 2 of my 6. Let's do it's 198, and let's do 212. And let's see, who would I want to trade with? Let's see if the Raiders will give me something.
Because now, if you pick the Raiders, you got to think this is going to be a high whatever pick, right? So it's
correct. All right, now so I want to.
That's what I did. That's why I spammed them on that trade because I knew they had a good
117 is a little too rich. 134. They're gonna want something else. You could do next year too. You could dabble in next year picks. Too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about next year. Let's go ahead and YOLO, man. Let's go ahead and give up a next year's.
I don't like that.
Next year's pick.
Do like a 2 that. Yeah, there we go. I think that works. So you don't give up 198. You give up 202, 212, 246.
Right. Yeah.
Get away with that. It's gonna be up the round. Okay, so that works.
Offer it.
All right. Oh, you're not stingy.
Come on now.
Do it again.
You can't do it again. Oh, you can. It just works. Okay.
You can.
All right.
They give you like 5 tries, thankfully.
You want to start?
Let's do it. Let's start it.
All right. So we're at pick 31. You got Ianachor. You got Denzel Boston. You got interior D lineman, Casey Concepcion. You could trade down. You could do whatever you want. Lomu's in there, 38.
So I'm going to go with the obvious pick that I think would be a need for us. I'm going to go ahead and take my man Max. I think we do need a plug and play player. Now, even if he doesn't start right away, he can be a little bit of an understudy under Morgan Moses, or he's a little bit long in the tooth. If he gets hurt, we got a guy that can step right in and go ahead and make a solid contribution.
Safest pick for sure.
That's who I wanted for my first round pick. It just didn't work out that way.
So now we got to your pick at 63. We got Chris Brazel. We have Skylar Bell. We have Bryce Lance. We have not going to take another tackle, but got some edges.
Let's see. Well, so we definitely need edge, right? We definitely need edge. Can you go down a little bit more? Definitely.
I like Romello Height, but that's too early for him. DDS is a monster. DDS is kind of a beast. Look at the pass rush win rate here, 15.8. That's like elite. Run defense, I think this guy ran a 4.4 at the
I mean, he's 6'5". So
he's like 6'6", 266, like some insane number. He's a big
Lock it in.
kid.
So hold on. So
Lock
he
it
ran
in.
a 4.63 40 at 6'6", 256. And he
Yeah.
had a 40-inch vertical and a 10-foot 11-inch broad jump. This guy,
So
this guy's a physical specimen for
if you
sure.
think about the type of defense that we run, right? You want a guy who can set the edge. He's not going to be a pushover, but also with that speed, he's going to be able to detach himself with his length of his arms off of those tackles and get after the quarterback. So yeah, let's go and lock it in.
This is your
Dennis Sutton.
This is your chase on. Like he's a better
Correct.
chase on, is what he is.
But yeah, I was going to say, but he's also a thicker chase on as well.
Yeah, he's a 3-down player. He's a 3-down player.
Look at this. Look how this fell. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, we definitely need linebacker, man. Let's go.
Oh my, look at 80.5 ADP, dude.
Yeah.
This fell right into your lap.
Yeah, can you click on his let's go ahead and see what he's working with there.
Average depth of run tackle, elite. This is like right here. If you're on this line, you're absolutely elite. Coverage grade above average.
And that's what we talked about before. You want somebody that's going to be able to cover, but also get involved. And again, it's that sweet spot of 6'1", 220, 6'1", 230. Like he's in that prototypical, NFL linebacker size right there.
Hold on. I want to see if I can why am I not pulling up Kyle Lewis tape?
Let me see. Let me go pull some up in my end.
Kyle Lewis, ready? Let me show you Kyle Lewis, what this guy does. This is what Kyle Lewis does.
Yeah.
It's not the best. Not the best.
Yeah, the tape is lagging, right? It's not just me.
It might be. That's okay. But no, this is a slam dunk pick. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
The fact that this guy fell, there's no other option here. You take Kyle Lewis and you laugh at everybody else.
I don't even have to think about that one. Yeah, go ahead and lock it in. Let's go ahead and and again, we need linebacker help, right? We need guys that can come in and play.
All right, so you got a tackle. You got, one of the best tackles, I think, in the first round. You got Dennis Sutton, who I think's a monster. Kyle Lewis, who fell to you somehow, unbelievable. And now we're here.
What do we got for tight ends?
So you got Justin Joly, who's he's kind of a move tight end. He's got amazing yards per route run, 2% drop rate. This guy catches everything.
Yeah.
And he's 6'3", 263. So he's not, going to be your inline tight end, but he's an amazing move tight end with blocking capabilities. He's not
sure. And
he's
I feel
slightly
like
above average.
I feel like that's what we need. We need a guy who can cause mismatches. Even if we do line them up in line, right? We need a guy who can beat linebackers. We need a guy that we can put him in the slot, split him out a little bit. So yeah, and tight end is one of those positions that I had that we needed to definitely secure for the future, right? Obviously, we've had some decent tight ends here in the last few years, but yeah, let's go ahead and lock in Justin Joly.
Hell yeah.
I like Andrews there.
Hold on, I want to show you something. Let me know if you guys can see this. Ready?
Yeah.
Justin Joly with the great.
Oh no, with the giddy up! Come on.
Look at this. Look at the effort on a pulled hammy. Double pass. Let's go, hammy.
That's how you finish, man.
No, I'm going.
Jesus,
he
was laboring.
Yeah.
Look at that, Justin Joly with the
finish though.
Love Justin Joly. All right, so now we're at pick 131. You just missed Jacoby Lane. That would have been the absolute perfect pick in this one because that would have been receiver. But you could trade down. You could take somebody here. Let's look back up.
What do we got in the way of defensive tackles?
This is a weird spot. This is where Mike was asking about that too, and I think right now it's a weird spot. You have Tim Keenan here.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at his size, 6'2", 320.
He's a freaking
he's a nose tackle. He's a nose tackle for sure.
He is. He's a zero technique.
Mm-hmm.
He's huge, but he has a very small wingspan and short arms and not much agility at all. But he can cover two gaps if you need him to. I think he's a pretty good first down nose tackle.
Yeah.
But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But he's
Yeah,
got
I mean, I would definitely tend to want to have my my defensive tackle to be able to move a little bit more. He seems like one of those guys to, like you said, take up two gaps, but he's not really going to be chasing too many plays down from the backside.
Not at all. Not at all.
You could trade down too. That's the other option. You could, if you don't like anybody here. They had Tyreek Sapp in as a top 30, not a top 30 visit, but an unofficial visit or an official visit. So if you wanted to go edge, but you could also trade down. There's a lot of value in this draft, so that's another option. You're also picking again at 134 as well. So you got that pick from the Raiders. So up to you.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and trade back from this pick.
Okay. So
now are we able to
you can select. So these are the guys. These are the guys that are interested. So you got 133, 142, 148, 157, and 239.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go ahead and see what the Chiefs got.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. So you trade this and that, and maybe you get this, or maybe you could trade that, or maybe you go. So they're not okay. So they don't like that. You don't like that. That's not enough. So if you go that and that, I don't like that. Yeah, no, they're not giving up enough if you do that.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
Pick another team.
Yeah, let's try a different team. Titans, maybe? It's Titans got. This is 142. Oh, God. 142, 144. That's interesting. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. That's interesting.
Chance.
So this one you could get, you trade your 131 and 171, and you get 142 and 144. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Book it. I like it.
I'm going to take it next year, 7th, too.
Let's go.
Got him. All right.
Why not? Might as well.
So we only went down 3 picks, and you're in the same kind of spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a guard here. I like Bo Stevens. Look at these. Look at these. True pass set, pass block, zone grade, pass block grade. Look at these stats here.
Yeah, he's pretty high.
I mean, as a guard, that's massive. As a guard, 6'5", 315. I mean, we'll and I can see us, as Drake May develops, I can see us wanting to balance and even out and kind of have more of a consistent running game. Because as we get closer to the end of the season and into the playoffs, we're going to need that. So yeah, let's go, Bo Stevens.
He's a stud. That guy's a stud.
So now we're in the range. We have the 142 and the 144. This is that trade we just made. So we can get 2 guys here. You got a backup center because you got Wilson. Did Wilson play? Really, he hasn't played in the NFL yet, as far as that goes. As far as center goes, some other edges, a corner. Do like Devin Marshall.
Well, I mean, I feel like Tim Keenan's kind of looking me in the eye now.
Yeah.
I passed on him. He's still there. I feel like he has a good pedigree coming from a program like Alabama. If we can keep his weight under control, I think we can get some solid value out of him. So let's go ahead and book that.
I love it. I love that pick. Love that pick. That's fantastic.
All right,
you guys are freaking monster.
Right back to 144. You got a running back. You got Devin Marshall. I mean, if you look at his zone coverage grade, right, his run defense grade, this guy's a very versatile corner. He's a little undersized at 5'11", but within the range.
So I was thinking corner or safety, anyways. Just because obviously we have Carlton Davis, but injuries are a little bit of a concern with him, and he's a little bit older. I'd love to get some good young talent in there. Is he the best rated corner available?
He sure is. I'm pretty sure. Yep, he is. And the next one is the guy from Washington.
Okay.
Ephesians.
Sounds like a fake name.
No, it's from the Bible, bro.
I know, but Ephesians Prysock? Ephesians Prysock. That sounds like, what is this? Key and Peele?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what it sounds like. Let's go with Devin Marshall, man. Pick the local kid. I mean, when I say local, I mean local to me.
That's right. All right, and now we've taken a bit of a jump here to 191. So as far as our picks left, we get 2 picks, 191 and 198. So now we haven't addressed the receiver position.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, what do we have left at receiver position? We have safety as well.
So my thought process was, kind of banking on us making the trade, for AJ Brown, right? So I'm kind of projecting that. So I didn't, especially with us, getting Dobbs, and especially with us, drafting some receivers over the last couple of years, I didn't see it as much of a pressing need.
Yep.
What do we have? I'm not too familiar with Aaron Anderson from LSU, the kid from LSU. What do we know about this guy?
Yeah, I don't know much about him, to be honest.
I don't know anything about him.
He looks like a slot guy, 5'8", 188. This is like Pop Douglas at best.
Yeah.
What? I'm good, bro.
Yeah, I'm straight.
I
I'm
could,
5'8", 188.
I could see us grabbing a center, 6'5", 311 center.
Okay.
So I could see that.
We need a backup guard, but he already took a guard.
We took a guard. I think we're good there.
What about safety? What about safety? What do we got left on the board for safety?
I actually really do like Bishop Fitzgerald. So the other safety they have over there is Ramsey. But this guy is,
what's his build like?
I think he's a little bit slighter, 5'11", 205. But his coverage grade and his average depth of run tackle, I mean, this guy seems like he's very versatile. I think he would fit into this the center field role. And if you think about it, Bayard's only 5'11". He's roughly the same size.
Right.
Bayard looks a lot longer than he is, but he's 5'11". He's under 6 feet tall. So could this guy be the understudy?
So I would say let's go ahead and book that. And this is my thought process, right? The need for him to come in and start right away isn't there. Right. So he can learn, he can develop, and get himself on the field. Maybe start off in special teams, get his feet wet in the NFL, and then hopefully be able to contribute long term.
I like it. All right.
Right.
Now one last pick. I've seen this guy mocked around to us a lot. He's technically a fullback, but he kind of plays more of like a wing. So this guy's kind of more of a weapon. So he was a wing back.
He's a wing back at Navy, the single wing of the single wing offense.
The wing T that they run there.
Yeah, the T. That's what it was.
51 catches for 941 yards, 77 rushes for 499, high average. I mean, the guy's a little spark plug. I could see something like that. But then you get into, now we have Kyle Lewis, who I think he's one of the best coverage linebackers. I think he's one of the biggest freak athletes in the entire
you got
draft.
Red Murdoch over there too.
Well, you got him.
What a name. What a name.
Dude, Red Murdoch. If you watch Red Murdoch tape, this guy is literally murdering people all over the field.
Let me see.
Hold on. We'll get him. Because this guy he runs
17 fumbles in the last 3 seasons, this guy.
17
he hits
fumbles
like a Mack friggin' truck, and he can cover sideline to sideline.
Ready? You want to see Red Murdoch?
Yeah, love the scrape, love the use of the hands, love getting off the block. Yeah, fighting in a phone booth. Yeah. I'd love to see him bring his feet into the tackle a little bit more, but it's effective though. Let's go. I like it.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, lock it in.
All right.
Lock it in.
Oh, you're going with Red.
I'm going Red. So here's the thing. As you mentioned, with the linebacker position, I'd rather get a couple guys and just kind of see how it all shakes out in terms of, getting some good value there, man. So I like it, man. I feel pretty good about the draft that I got here.
That's a great draft.
I'm not mad at this at all. This thing, this is the interesting where this whole thing pivoted was this Kyle Lewis pick, because at here we were kind of like, in this position, I would have liked to see a receiver or something. But once this guy fell, I mean, you got an A there. That just solidified. Okay, we have 3 guys that if we needed to, we could start these guys right now. All 3 of these guys. And then you got Justin Jolie, who easily steps into the Austin Hooper role like right away. I'm pretty sure if he's healthy and everything's good. Back up to your guard, right? AVT
depth.
You got AVT depth. You got the nose tackle we just lost. I already forgot his name. That's terrible. Kyrus Tonga, pretty much a Kyrus Tonga replacement. I mean, obviously he might not play right away, but and then Devin Marshall, stud corner, Carlton Davis. We had a whole year of him being pretty much healthy, and is that going to happen again? And then, like you said, Bishop Fitzgerald, he doesn't need to play. The guy just come in and learn, play some special teams. And Red Murdoch is, I mean, he's just you watch his tape and you're like, yep, this guy can be somebody.
Yeah, I feel like every year with the Patriots draft, especially as we get to the later rounds, I fall in love with the players, right? And I'm like, oh, this is going to be, a great player for us. And sometimes it doesn't work out, but as I'm looking at that draft, man, I think if we can walk away with these players, you have depth, you have guys that can come in and contribute right away. I think that's the overall solid draft, man. I'll take a B+.
100%. 100%.
Why not?
All right.
Now, Joe's guess who's up next?
So we're gonna
wheeling and dealing, Joe.
We're gonna get a little crazy here. We're gonna get a little nuts. I want to see how this plays out. I could get screwed here because I don't get the advantage of seeing every pick. But I'm gonna take a gamble here. So I'm gonna go for 19. It's my favorite number. Just to throw that out there.
I knew he was gonna go nuts. I knew it.
I can't go. Yeah, I think it's gonna be something like this. Right, so I go 31, 131 in round 3. That is maybe enough to get me to 19. Nope. Need to give him a little more. Where's my sweetener? That's what.
This is like Madden all over again, Joe.
It is. Seriously. I love it.
The question is, who's he targeting? Who is Joe targeting? What is he up to?
No,
I got an idea.
This crazy madman.
Look at that! Look at that sly smile on his face too, Mike. Look at him.
They're killing me. They're killing me. All right, I'm just gonna give him a round 5 just so we can get it. Oh my God, these stingy fucks! They hose me. Hold on.
Thought you had it. You thought you had it.
I thought I had it. All right, so I'm gonna have to start the draft because I can't trade.
No trades to start.
That's okay.
Okay,
we're gonna run with it. Oh wow! So we got Omar Cooper here, boys. I don't think I can pass this up. I don't love the fact that I'm not gonna get a really good tackle, but Omar Cooper to me, guys, this guy to me, I'm not saying he's Emeka Egbuka, but he's one of these guys where when I looked at Emeka Egbuka last year, I said that guy is an instant starter. Like this guy is one of the most sure things. Omar Cooper, when you watch his tape, he looks like a man amongst boys. And so if this happens, I'm laughing my ass off and I'm saying Patriots run to that podium.
Yeah, when I watched some of his tape, he kind of reminds me of a little bit of a more athletic Deebo Samuel in the way that he was utilized. Some end arounds out the backfield, some little slot screens, and just kind of goes and takes off. He has a really big run after catch percentage there, which I think is great as far as translating to the NFL.
Yeah, his tough yardage that he gets. Hold on, this is Ian Harditz post this, and it's just 162 seconds of Amari Cooper.
So you drafting the damn guy or what?
Talk about Deebo Samuel, dude. This guy is impossible to tackle.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be happy if that was our first pick.
Look at that catch. And then he still broke the tackle. He broke 2.
Yeah, I mean, he's a football player.
Yeah, he's
a dude.
He's a dude, is right. All right, so that was my first round pick. Now, typically what I like to do here is you're either going to get a pretty marquee linebacker or you're going to get a pretty marquee edge. I really like DDS. I think he's really solid. What I'm going to choose to do here, though, if I can, is I'm going to trade down a little bit because I love the value in this area. So I'm going to go down to like maybe a pick 76. So if I can package up 63, that's a little too rich maybe. If I can do maybe this. Yeah, see this 76 and 99 for 63. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now I have 2 more picks.
And he's still available.
Now you still got DDS. Kyle Lewis is. Let's see, when's my next pick? Okay, Kyle Lewis is going to be gone. My next pick for sure.
Who was your first pick?
Omar Cooper. So
okay.
I think here I have to take DDS. I have to steal your pick, Ant, because he fell to me, and it just feels like too much value. I got to take it.
I mean, for what you're getting for the size and the athleticism at that player, even if he's not a immediate impact guy, you can easily see him developing into a high contributor in the NFL, man.
Yeah,
he will. Yeah. He will be.
All right, and then now I'm at 99. I don't love their top suggestions here, but I do like Markel Bell, and then I'm back picking again at 99. So I think what I'm gonna do here, it's a little bit of a reach, but not quite. We already took a receiver. We took an edge.
Good edge.
I think I'm gonna go Markel Bell because he's the next tackle that I think I'm okay with being a replacement. He's a little stiff, like Mike we've talked about. He's a little stiff, not the best run blocker, but he's a great pass blocker. So if we need him to be the guy this year, if Moses goes down, I think we're good. So I'm going to take him.
There you go.
And he might be the largest human on the planet.
Oh, the Vikings snaked me, dude. The Vikings took Zakee Wheatley. That was my next pick. That hurts big time because I really like Zakee Wheatley's game.
I'm surprised he was still available.
Well, he as far as the overall rankings goes, it looked like he was going to still be available, but that is not a thing. So,
oh wow.
I didn't take a tight end yet. I do like Michael Trigg, but
There's
I think if I'm gonna go by upside, it's very hard to deny Ted Hurst. Ted Hurst, 6'3", 195. Right, he's played everywhere. Wide, played slot, 71 for I definitely like his contested catch rate, yards per route run.
Do you have any concerns about the lower level of competition in college at Georgia State?
For sure. Yeah, and I think there are some later picks that I can get that position, and we've already drafted Omar Cooper, so I don't think it's a position of need. I kind of like Kayshawn Elliott here. He's got a great pass rush grade. 6'2", 235. Not a great coverage grade. I'm not a fan of that.
Joe, it's up to you, buddy. We're not going to run your draft for you.
Yeah,
I know. No, I'm thinking out loud here. I think I'm going to go Malik Muhammad. I do like his coverage ability. I like Michael Trigg too, though. I'm going to go Michael Trigg because I like Michael Trigg's yards per route run and his receiving grade. He is the longest, by the way. He's the longest wingspan tight end ever in the draft, ever. Period.
Really?
6'4", 240, and he's got the biggest wingspan. I'm going to take Michael Trigg. He's only a receiving tight end. This guy is not going to be a guy who's going to be blocking people downfield, but he's going to also moss people.
Yes.
All right, so we went receiver, we went edge, we went tackle, and we went tight end. So we haven't gone linebacker yet, but there's a fair amount of linebackers that I do like. So let me see here.
There's still a bunch of them that are left there.
Yeah,
I just watched
that guy right there.
I just watched a highlight of Michael Trigg dragging the entire Auburn defense for like 10 yards.
Oh, it's really special. It's really special.
He was,
but
Bryce Betcher.
Yeah, I like Caleb Elarms-Orr, Harold.
I like the kid from Indiana too.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of guys left. What do I got? I got Danny Dennis for an edge.
You could probably get one later.
Guard. Could go guard. All right. I think I'm going to go. This is a little uncharacteristic, but I think I'm going to go Bo Stevens because I just love the ability of having someone that's better than Ben Brown if AVT goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go for a little bit of depth there. Where was that linebacker going again?
Well, and also, like we said, Onwenu was in a contract year, so I don't think they're going to re-sign him. They're going to need a guard of the future. They need their whole right side of the future, the guard and the tackle. next year.
I'm going to get some
good about the left side, but that right side, as you mentioned, Mike, it's we're going to need some guys to step in eventually.
Exactly.
So I'm trading down, so I'm getting some picks back from next year. So I lost some picks moving up before, so I'm going to get some picks back for next year. I'm going to slide down here, and at this point, I'm going to take Caleb Elam's Orr, who is one of my favorite sideline to sideline, weak side linebackers in the draft.
There you go.
At 171, I don't think I'm going to double dip on that linebacker.
He was rated pretty well, though, that guy.
Oh, definitely a fan of him. I don't love all these guys, though. We have a tackle. We have a guard. I still don't have a safety. That's
I was going to say defensive back. You may want to get somebody there.
I would say take Takario Davis, but I'm sure he already went in the 3rd round.
And
that's one guy I wish I drafted.
I didn't take a corner. I did not take a corner. Okay. I think I'm going to go Julian Neal here. Yeah, I think this is a solid run defense, zone coverage. He's 6'2", 208.
Oh, he's got some size.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go Julian Neal.
He's a press corner, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a big kid, too.
All right, so we're at 191. And I think I'm going to get my safety here, because I don't love the safeties that are left. So I think I'm going to.
What about Lorenzo Styles Jr.?
See, he's a guy who his 40 was absolutely insane with along with his brother Sonny. So he's a very athletic kid. But I think I like what I've seen from Bishop Fitzgerald.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna take him. And then let's see. I have a ton of picks left. I love how they have Oscar Delp down here. He's gonna get taken so much.
Yeah, I was gonna say he all the mock drafts I've seen, he's already off the board by this point.
Yeah,
I'm just amazed they haven't adjusted that by now. It's been like that for weeks. Like they haven't adjusted their ratings or rankings at all. It's freaking crazy. Like you get that guy in the 7th round, get out of here. That's not gonna happen.
6'1", 287. You're not quite the replacement that I wanted there.
Yeah.
No, you're looking for a nose tackle if you're doing that.
287. Right. He might get moved around a lot.
Daquan Wright's interesting. This guy, who was it? Charlie Weiss said if you're going to draft a guy, if he's going to put his name against one guy, he said Daquan Wright. I know I already took a tight end. I took Michael Trigg. But at this point in the 6th round, I think I'm okay with taking another one.
Yeah.
Double it up.
And then we only have one edge. And again, this is another guy, George Gums, we had at a visit. So I'm going to take him too.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have to take.
Yeah. Perkins.
Have to take Harold Perkins. Let's see. Is our boy there? Adam Randall. Dude, this is great. This is criminal.
This
326 rank. All right. I'm going to go Harold Perkins. There's no way we're drafting this many players. I'm going to take Randall right now.
I was going to say, you bastard. You better take him.
I mean, we're never drafting this many players. This is absolutely obscene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players. It's not happening.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to add to the roster.
But I do love all these guys. Like, there's not one guy in this draft that I don't like. I don't necessarily agree with where these guys fell. I think PFF is on some drugs right now, because I feel like some of these guys that we're taking are not going to be there. Harold Perkins is not going to be a 6th round pick. Absolutely not.
Shit.
And Randall will not be a 7th round pick.
No, and they give it a C+.
I mean, that's great value for where you drafted them, and they give you a C+.
And if we get Omar Cooper, if Omar Cooper falls to the 31st, which he will not, he may crack the teens. He might be 19th overall pick.
Yeah, you got lucky on that one.
I got lucky on that one. I don't think that's happening. Danny Dennis, he absolutely could be there, but I think he'll also be a late second. Markel Bell, that's about right. Michael Trigg, that's about right. And again, so I think a lot of these are okay, but then once you get down here, it's like, whoa, these guys shouldn't be here. But yeah, I think we're all kind of doing the same thing here. I think when it comes down to it, we need an edge, we need lineman depth, we need linebackers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if we can get a receiver, great. But I also think that you're right, and I think that I think the AJ Brown deal, I just don't see it not happening. With all this smoke, with all the malcontent, with the Eagles offense, whether it's Jalen Hurts or whether it's the offensive coordinator, I don't see that offensive situation getting better. Do you, Ant?
I don't, and I think that AJ Brown has positioned himself as somebody who wants out of Philadelphia, and I think the Eagles, obviously for good reason, see this as this is Jalen Hurts' team, right? So you're not going to try to appease the receiver over your quarterback. So I think the only reasonable result to this situation is him being out of there. And come on, let's go. Come on, we need a guy that's going to be a number one, who's going to be an alpha. I do think the personality of Vrabel can help kind of keep him in check a little bit. Sirianni, I don't think he was a guy that was going to keep him in check. So, I just don't see that situation playing itself out.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I really like, the interesting thing with bringing Romeo Doubs in is who's the odd man out if you either draft a guy highly or you bring in an AJ Brown. Is it Kayshon Boutte? Mike and I were talking about this earlier today. I really like what Mac Hollins brought. I mean, I'm not ready to give up on him. I think Mac Hollins was, when he was in and when he wasn't in, you felt it. His big playability, his tough yards, his blocking. I mean, that guy was, I've never seen a receiver come in like that year one and really outperform like that. So that was
but
huge.
Even beyond the big plays, I mean, like you said, it could be he's run blocking on a play. It's the energy after the play that he brought that it seems like the team fed off of. So even when he came back after injury, even though he wasn't that same spark, just him being on the field made a difference for us.
Absolutely. And in the locker room as well, people looked up to him in the locker room. He he goes after his wide receiver room. Like he lets guys have it if they're not up to snuff. So that's why I was telling Joe earlier, like if he was one of the guys that was going to be gone, he would have been gone already. They would have already cut him. But the fact that he's still here means that he still has a role as an alpha in that room. Now, how we supplement that room is a completely different story.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different opinion about whether AJ Brown's going to come here or not. I personally think that he is, and it messes up my draft evaluation because I don't want to draft a wide receiver high if he's going to get buried on the depth chart once we get AJ Brown. So that's kind of what went into some of my draft philosophy. So It's going to be interesting to see how they view it and if we can read into any of that about what they pick and who they do or do not pick in the draft to see if it's a clue that they're going to actually go for AJ Brown or not.
It's interesting because we drafted Kyle Williams last year. Are any of us out on Kyle Williams? I don't think so.
No,
I'm slightly out, but not really. No,
I think we saw like what happens with receivers typically is if they do nothing year one, then typically like their chances of doing something in the NFL are very low. But he didn't do nothing, right? He had a fair amount of touchdowns. He had some big chunk yardage and big touchdowns, and he just showed like, hey, I can belong here. Now, how he follows that up, that's on him. That's on the offense. That's on who we bring in too, right? So if we bring in an AJ Brown and we draft a receiver, that's going to limit his play time. But that probably means Boutte's out. Like it might be like Pop Douglas and Boutte are the two I'd say are, potential either trades or cuts or, Pop Douglas to me is very replaceable. Last year he took a big step back. If
you're gonna keep Kyle Williams, Pop Douglas and Kyle Williams kind of fit a similar mold. I would rather, even though Pop Douglas made plays, Kyle Williams has more of a big play ability in terms of just flat out speed. And I mean, obviously, Booty, he made plays all season long. So of the three, if you're looking at Kyle Williams, Pop Douglas, and Kayshon Boutte, I would rather get rid of Pop Douglas, keep Kyle Williams and Kayshon Boutte, and this way you have a true number one. If AJ Brown comes in, you can have your slot guy in Kyle Williams. He needs to refine some of his some of his routes. But yeah, I mean, I could easily see Pop Douglas being the odd man out of that wide receiver room.
Agreed.
Absolutely. And Booty, like, he has such a chemistry with Drake May. He would probably end up being the number 2 receiver, the Z, if AJ Brown was here as the X, but he would be rotating in and out with Matt Collins. But that's not a bad thing. But I wouldn't want to see. I could, just like Ant just said, I would much rather see Pop Douglas move on than Booty, because Booty has a great chemistry with May. And I also think about Kyle Williams. They've tried to make him into an X, and I just don't think he's a very good X. I think that they need to move him inside this year, which I think they're going to do. And I think he can flourish and be a much more productive receiver once they do that.
It was very interesting how they deployed him, Mike. I agree. You had him at the Z, you had him at the X. We saw when Matt Collins missed time and when Booty missed time, and how did they deploy him? I feel like I was always screaming, like, put him in the slot, run him in drag, get him in the get the ball in his hands early, or just have him screaming across the field and give him the ball in open space. Get him in green space, and that guy will either make people miss or just flat out run by everybody. That's all he did at what was it?
Washington State.
Yeah. And so to me, that's an untapped thing where we've seen the glimmer of it. You've seen he's not a flash in the pan. This guy is an absolute stud when the ball's in his hands. You just have to kind of at this early in his career, you have to kind of scheme him open and call plays for him. Just call plays flat out for him. I think that's the answer.
He could do the Stephon Diggs thing that Stephon did last year. That's the reason why Kyle Williams couldn't get on the field and Pop Douglas, because of Steph Diggs was so good in the slot. And I think that Kyle Williams could take over some of that role. Just my personal opinion.
Well, if you think about the matchups, as you move the receiver further out, now you're going to be going against number one corners, right? He's not good enough. Kyle Williams isn't good enough to where a corner is going to follow him all over the field. So the better matchup is to have him in the slot, have him win one-on-one, like you said, Joe. Have him going across the field. I mean, that touchdown that he scored against Tampa Bay was a 5-yard route that he took 70 yards. Like, that's his game.
Yep. Agreed. So yeah, I think I do. I think it'll be very telling in this draft, right? If in the first 3 rounds we don't have a receiver, AJ Brown, just start packing your bags. Like, pack your bags, come to New England. We'll keep you on ice until you get a house, until you get that contract. And that's all it is, right? Because it's going to be very telling to me if they don't take a receiver in the first 3 rounds, because you could still take one in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and still get an AJ Brown, and now you got a guy who's kind of redshirt in this year, and who knows, maybe he has good upside. But I think we're gonna tell a lot. If we take KC Concepcion, or we Denzel Boston, or potentially move up and take Jordan Tyson, like, if that happens, if that's what I was trying to do in my mock, I was trying to move up and take Jordan Tyson, because I just see Odell Beckham. I see, when I watch his tape,
he's a playmaker.
I see Odell Beckham. I see Amari Cooper. I see these guys who are just like day one alpha receivers. And I think that if we can draft one of those guys this year, great. And then you can just say, forget AJ Brown, right? Or you go get him too. But that brings up a different problem. Now you have to get rid of Booty. You have to get rid of Pop Douglas. You might probably have to get rid of both if you draft them that high and get AJ Brown. So I just don't see that. I don't see that much disruption going on with the offense. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, boys. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
It's an exciting time of the year, man.
2 weeks.
All right. Well, it's been an awesome episode, guys. Thank you, Ant, for coming on. It's always a pleasure. I love how, I don't know if you upgraded your internet or you're hardwired now, or
I am hardwired to the AT&T fiber, so I got it fixed.
Yeah. I can tell the quality's perfect. The audio is going to be perfect. I love it. So
appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Man. Thank you, and thank you, Mike, as always. And sorry about the Vrabel talk.
Absolutely. I think
I'll
get over it.
It's been real, guys. As always, let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.